Hello everyone and welcome to the second Super Autopets video. This was by special request and it was viewed by one person other than myself, the previous video. I'm going to see if this pattern continues. It might not be worth it for me to keep on making videos about this game if nobody is watching them. We'll see. Anyway, there's a new weekly pack. My son is making a little bit of noise. I hope that's not going to be a problem here. Anyway, the new weekly pack is a little bit interesting, given that it has a lot of buy and sell stuff and not a lot of other stuff. Nothing that interacts with that, so that's weird. Always pleasing the honey. I like putting a pig in front. I really hate the bluebird. I think bluebird is very bad. Mosquito is fine sometimes. Let's grab a mosquito. I think that's fine. Let's roll again. Second pig. That's fun, right? Let's see if we can make a pig work. I've already had 3 wins with a pig, so I don't need it for the achievement. Also, duck is obviously better than a pig, but if your opponent's getting ducks and you're getting pigs, then you still trade. For opponents on 3 mosquitoes, we're definitely losing, so we'll see. Could freeze the ducks. You know what? I'm gonna freeze the ducks. I think ducks are very good in this pack. Most important, underwater flooded. There's already a theme. Underwater towers, flooded, bosses, discombobulated, rangers. I don't know. Let's go with the discombobulated bosses. That kind of sounds fun. Alright, let's see our first opponent. Our first opponent is the Edible Ears. They have chosen to combine their ducks and buy a bluebird, which is just not the best strategy, but given, I think this would have tied against a lot of opponents, just because we had a pig in front, didn't win against us. Yeah, let's just go and grab our 2 ducks. Let's roll first, just in case. There aren't a lot of pets in this pack with feint abilities, so I'm not even sure what the Frilled Dragon is doing here. I mean, there's some, just not enough to make it worth it. Mosquito is interesting, but I'm not sure if it's late game potential. Let's just go for this. Hope that the pigs give us another win or draw in this round. This looks okay. Our opponent has a lot of... Right, they're not hitting our pig. Yeah, things are lining up okay, but not well enough. Right. Yeah, this was a dud. That's fine. Losing 1 HP early, that happens sometimes. Yak is very interesting, so there are ways in this pack to make this thing go infinite. Sort of, I mean, not really infinite. I also think guinea pig is very interesting. You need another free spot in order to get the second guinea pig, and you just can combine them instantly, but really difficult to make this be better. I also don't know what the end game is for the guinea pig. I've never actually tried it. Maybe this is the point to try it, but I'm gonna go for the yak here. I think the yak has a lot of potential. There's another duck, so we're going to combine the ducks here, get a leech, deal 1 damage to the pet ahead and gain +1 health. That's at the end of the turn. Alright, that should be fine. I'm going to eat our mosquito. I don't think our mosquito is long for this world. Bill doesn't do a lot. Flamingo is interesting, but we're gonna see tier 3 pets pretty soon. And we're just going to start eating our own stuff. Alright, against the legendary invaders. This is an interesting lineup. Good thing we made our pigs better. If we hadn't combined our pigs, we would have lost one of them. and that might have not made us not win this one. Moth. I haven't played with the Moth yet. I've seen it in the spec because I've played yesterday a little bit, but couldn't record yesterday. Start of battle, give the frontmost friend +3 attack. I mean, that's interesting, but I just want... Oh, right, we're on an even turn timer, so it's not... only next turn is when we get the thing. So if the leech damages the mosquito again, it's just going to... That's interesting. It's just going to die, and we're going to enter with 2 pets. That's not great. So I'm actually going to sell this, put in the flamingo. I think the flamingo didn't used to be a 4-2, but I'm not sure. The yak is also going to die pretty soon if we don't find a way to make it better. Alright, let's roll. Salamander. And none of these are really all that interesting. It has a start of battle ability, gain +2 attack. I mean, that's also... I think Salamander is very interesting, and there are a lot of very interesting things you can do with it. But I'm just not sure about what things combo with it yet. Spider is interesting. Spider is interesting with the leech, actually. We might want that. Koala friend hurt, give it +1/+1, works 1 time per turn. Koala can be also very interesting later. That's also interesting. I want to figure out if the leech... Right, it only triggers once per turn. You know what? I'm gonna sell the yak and just going to do some science here. So the koala, it's going to trigger on when the leech hits the flamingo. But is it also going to trigger in battle, or will it already have lost its potential here? Alright. I mean, I'm going to have to buy the pig now. We see a blobfish. That's actually not a feint ability, I think. Give friend behind +1/+1 and an experience, which actually should work with the leech too. Not if we have the koala, but I think I should probably have the blobfish work with the leech. I haven't played with the leech before, and I really want to figure out what it does. Are we going to freeze the blobfish because of the interesting possible interactions? We could. I don't know. The thing is that, yeah, I think we want this. We might want to sell the koala and have the blobfish in front of the leech, because the +1 experience stays with it when it's not in battle, so this should be fine. Alright, so the flamingo just grew because of the koala. It's very interesting. Lots of stuff happening. Yeah, the koala didn't trigger again. And we lost by 1 HP. That happens sometimes. Our opponent was doing a lot of interesting things. So there's the flamingo again. I mean, I just kind of want the blobfish to work with the leech, but maybe that's not what we need to be doing here. The dog is also interesting, but it's really slow. But we have a lot of interesting things to sell. Maybe we can actually go and do something with this. I don't know if the... Yeah, we need to find a strategy now, because this pack is kind of explosive, I found. And the koala might not be as good as it needs to be here. The blobfish might also not do a lot. I'm just going to thaw the blobfish again, probably sell the koala. Or maybe sell something else. If we sell the duck, our dog is going to be better. That should be good. This is very difficult. Yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of inexperienced with some of the things that are going on here. Alright, let's go for this. I'm not sure how good this will be. Oh, of course, it's only when a friend is summoned, so let's do an empty spot. I actually knew that. There's another thing friend bought that does work this way. That's kind of a shame. So what are we going to do now? Maybe the leech isn't good enough anymore, but if the leech isn't good enough anymore, then the koala isn't good enough anymore. And the ox can be extremely strong. Alright, let's go and do this, then do this. I'm not sure. And if we are re-rolling, we're not doing anything else anymore. We could have actually bought the beaver first and then sold it and then gone for the ox. It would have been extremely much better. We're probably selling the pig soon. And we really want to win our next battle. So I'm actually just going to buy a cookie for now. Yeah, we're kind of doing a lot of different strategies at the same time, and it's probably not working. And our opponent has a very interesting team. Very interesting team. Yeah, I think we're losing this one. All of our opponent's stuff is just much too big for us to interact with. Alright, the ox might also just not be working here, but we do have a pig and we have a dog, so let's try to make the dog work. So we're selling the pig, we're buying a pig, we're selling a pig, we're buying a beaver, we're selling a beaver, we're buying an otter, we're selling an otter, we're buying a leech, we are re-rolling. Hatching chick is extremely strong, so let's combine this. Then hatching chick on the ox. There's actually a cucumber which works very well with the leech, probably. That would make our flamingo into a possible endgame option. Let's reroll a few times just to make our hatching chick better. Alright, that's very interesting. Alright. There's the koala again. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're doing here, but we have had one very good turn here, so that's something. Oh, honey. Alright. Yeah, we've won this one. That's good. Alright, we're still very much behind, but we had this one very big turn that might win us something. Pig is so good with dog. So we're at this awkward spot now where we kind of want the dog to be better. So we probably need to sell the leech here in order to have the dog just do its thing. In which case we don't want the cucumber anymore. So freezing it might actually have been a mistake. Also the ox, I don't know how good the ox is here. But we're going to make it work, I think. Sell, buy, sell, Bye. Combine. Bye. Combine. Triceratops. Hurts. Give a random friend +3/+3. That's interesting. I'm gonna freeze it. Reroll. Probably buy an otter. This is also before feint. Huh. I thought this was a feint ability. I mean, Rooster is also interesting. It works with the dog for one turn. I'd probably just want the otter anyway. It makes things a little bit better. Let's freeze the honey too. Alright. I'm not sure what we're doing here. I mean, maybe I should have... Yeah, I should have probably frozen the Rooster. That's a lot of bluebirds. I don't think that's good. Yeah, I think this is... our opponent is doing something very bad. But it's enough for a draw with us. So they have that going on. There's another dog, so we're selling the otter. Buying the pig first, I guess. It doesn't really matter which one we buy first. Dog. Combine. Roll. Kangaroo with ox is also interesting, but I don't know. Our ox is just not big enough to make the kangaroo worth it. Triceratops with the hurt ability. I don't know. It just doesn't interact with our strategy. I'm gonna roll again. And we're just going to have the deer in front of the ox. That's a tried and true strategy. So, buy, sell, buy. And have the dog just be big enough. I'm just gonna increase it to Triceratops. I don't think it works with our strategy. If we even have a strategy. That's a lot of big numbers. Monkey is scary. We've actually won this one. I did not expect to win this one. Alright. We're not winning this run. I'm almost sure, but we can make a good showing of it. Now we have this interesting point where if we want to keep on using the dog, which we do want, we need to sell something again, so that's probably the deer. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is very interesting. So, alright, we're selling this one. We could have sold the flamingo. Not sure about that. Alright. So let's combine the dog. There's an ostrich. I'm gonna freeze it just in case. Alright, Emperor Tamarin. Then we're selling it. Then we're buying another one. Selling it. Buying a rooster. And re-rolling. We still haven't bought the honey, so that makes our... I always want to have a pet in the back with a honey, but I just didn't see a way to do that. So our rooster is fine now. All of our stuff is fine. The flamingo might be our worst pet right now, but we need something in front of the ox. I mean, the rooster can be in front of the ox too. You know what? Let's do this. I think that's better. And turn. Let's see how far we can take this. We have 4 lives left, so we're not even dead if we lose one. The tiny crooks, they're not that big. They do have a level 3 marmoset. And a level 3 fly. Alright. And our ox is cleaning house. That's very good. Yep. That's an easy win. Good. So our dog is doing a lot. But our ox is doing a lot too. So, right, that's what the hatching chick does for you, what the ox does for you. A lot of that just comes down to trying to gear up for the late game. We might have to sell our flamingo right now, which isn't the best, but it's also not the worst. I mean, flamingo isn't doing as much for us as it was. At some point we might have to sell our hatching chick too. Ostrich is probably not doing a lot either. Turkey isn't doing anything. Alright, I want to buy another ox, so I'm gonna do this. Buy the ox. I'm gonna unfeed the ostrich, it's not happening. Sell to roll the shop, that's also fine. Crow gives us a chocolate, which could help with the rooster. Let's combine these. Buy a marmoset. Sell a marmoset. Which rerolls our shop. Gives us a dog and a deer and a chocolate. And I mean, I'm gonna buy the deer. Let's put it here. The chocolates might help with like the ox, I don't know. Still haven't used the honey. Not sure if we're ever going to get around to it. Right, but we're freezing a lot of good stuff. Guinea pig could be good with dog in theory. Not sure how we would manage to do that, but well. This build really loses to a hippo, and I think hippo is in this pack. Also, ooh, yeah, we're gonna lose this one. Pretty sure. Yeah, we're definitely losing this one. Not by as much as we could have lost, but those were just two very, very big bets. Alright, probably selling the deer again. Sure. Then we're leveling up our ox. That's another lioness. Sell. Buy again. We don't really have a specific use for the chocolate. You know what? Our dog is very big. I'm not sure if the honey is ever going to make the difference. But we're going to do it anyway. I think it's just good practice. And I'm not sure what's happening here, but we're going to try and make this work. We don't have any food on any of our other pets. This is an experience. Yeah, we're going to have lost this one before we ever get to play. Alright. Well, that was that. That was a very interesting team. That was 5 wins, not our best showing. This is a very weird pack this week. I mean, there's just so much buying and selling and nothing really interacts with it. There's a lot of random stuff. Lots of things that interact with the shop. I don't know what the best strategy here was. Anyway, let's see if people actually start to watch this one. For the one person who is actually watching these, enjoy them while you can. I'm not promising that they are going to be staying around, but I'm still having fun with these, so I will see you next time. Goodbye.